I again have every vent on the helmet open. Chin is open, the 3 on the top and the 1 large in the middle. So I'm probably picking up a lot of ambient wind noise, because when all the vents are open on this helmet, it's rather loud inside. So if you hear any wind noise on the audio, that's why. I really don't get direct wind noise at all from this microphone, but I'm trying to figure out how to cut the ambient down. And the only other way I know to do that is just get a helmet that is a little quieter. But I really wanted this helmet because it has so much airflow through it. And not only that, but I wanted the flip down sun visor. That was a huge selling point for me. Huge selling point. But I've had a lot of people lately asking about the DB killer. How much of a difference does it make? And I'm going to do a comparison for you guys shortly. I just want to try to get this audio worked out where I can give you guys the absolute best comparison that I can with the equipment that I have. I'm pretty happy with the outcome of the audio from my test ride. I didn't post that online. But yeah, I'm going to do another little test through this segment. Worst case, I'll have to post-process and bump up the audio just a touch. But I don't think that's going to be an issue, because it sounded really good last time. I'm just, like I say, trying to eliminate a little bit of ambient wind noise. But yeah, I will do a DB killer run very soon. Show you guys how that makes a difference. It actually makes a huge difference. The bike is way quieter. Not as quiet as stock, but it's fairly close. And I've also had a couple people asking me about the Blockoff plate. Is it a requirement? Do you need to put one on? Should you put one on? And the answer to that, as far as my knowledge goes about this bike and how it's set up to work, you do not need the Blockoff plate. That was merely so we could get accurate readings for air to fuel ratio. So if you're doing an exhaust, you do not need the Blockoff plate. Now if you start experiencing excessive popping, backfire, kind of like on DSL, then you may want to think about adding a Blockoff. It may help with that. I'm not certain. Some people on different bikes have said a Blockoff's helped with their aftermarket. Others said they really didn't notice a difference. I don't know that it plays a role in the engine braking. I can tell you that because of everything I have done to this bike, there is a big difference in the engine braking. It's not really a factor any longer. It has greatly reduced. Like the on throttle, off throttle, it's a lot better feeling now. Up to you guys whether or not you want it. It's not a requirement though. But now, if you do, I was playing around the other day after the dyno, and I don't know if any of you follow the Kawasaki Z650 forums, but I do post quite a bit on there. And I let those guys know that you do need the resistor in the harness if you completely remove the pairing valve that's part of the Blockoff install and all that good stuff. Because out of curiosity, I pulled the resistor out, and I did not immediately get a code or a check engine light, the little light on the left of your display. But the next time I fired the bike up and went for a ride, the light immediately came on. So I posted on the forums. I'd originally said, hey, I pulled the resistor and the light didn't come on. But I have the harness where I can access it pretty easily. So I just went and I also downsized the resistor. I went up on my resistance so I could decrease the wattage of the resistor to make it physically smaller. Because originally I used, I think it was like a 22 ohm resistor. I really didn't go over that too well in the video on what I used, but it was nearly a 10 watt resistor, fairly decent size, and that's why I had to tape it to the harness, because it's fairly hefty. So what I did this time, I put in a 470 ohm resistor, half watt, 5%, which means, you know, it's going to be in the 460 ohm range. But the half watt at 470 ohms is more than what you need for heat dissipation and to limit the current. And it does work. My light went off. Now also on these newer Kawasaki's, the Ninja and G650, if you do get the fuel injection light or check engine light, you just can't unhook the battery and reset it or plug back in what you undid. It does not automatically go away. It will over time, but there's a procedure that you have to do. It's nothing crazy, but it's just you have to crank the bike, let it idle for like 30 seconds to a minute, then you have to ride around at a minimum speed of like 20 miles an hour for up to 10 minutes. And then if it doesn't remove the code on the first attempt, then you need to repeat the process 2 to 3 more times. Now I did that, and I did have to do the process a couple times. And basically what that was is I put the resistor back in, and then I went riding around. Golly, can you guys see the yellow haze in the air? That's all pollen. Oh my lord. And the wind picks up and that shit just blows everywhere. It's terrible this week. Oh my lord. Shoo. If I start sneezing, I apologize. But anyway, I don't even know where I was at or what I was talking about. But anyway, yeah, resistor 470, half watt, that's all you need. Stick it in the harness. Oh yeah, the reset procedure, jeez. I swear, my mind is like crazy. It's been extremely ridiculous at work the past few days, past week. But anyway, so you basically just get on your bike, start it up, let it idle for, you know, a minute, and then go for a ride. And then 10 to 15 minutes after you've been riding, stop somewhere, turn the bike off, start it back up, let it idle, ride the bike for 10 to 15 more minutes, stop, turn the bike off, start it back up, let it idle, and just keep doing that. And if you actually corrected the issue, the light goes off. On one of the next times when you turn the ignition on and start the bike, there will not be a light. It just won't go off while you're riding. It's during an ignition cycle. But that's basically what you have to do to clear the light. So if you forget to hook something up while you're working on your bike and get that check engine light on, that's how you get rid of it. So it's not a big deal. I'll make this turn right here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Traffic sucks, but I have discovered that this is one of the better ways for me to go to the Parkway at this time of the day. There's just less traffic until I get to where Long Shoals Road comes in, but there's a lot less stopping, a lot less red lights, and I'm down for that. I just gotta get some riding in. They're calling for more storms tonight through the next couple days, so don't mind a little rain, but don't like the storms. Keeping an eye on that rear view. Always watch your rear view mirror, folks. I don't know how I get these little gnats that fly up in my visor. And this visor's pretty airtight, but daggum. And then there's chin strap, you know, the chin net. Don't know how they work their way, maybe through the chin vent. But then there's mesh in there. I have no idea. But yeah, overall, I could not be happier with my exhaust. Sounds great. Noticeable difference, as you guys see from the dyno. I mean, it's really nice. And then once we put a fuel controller on, I'm looking forward to that too. So I should easily double my gains for what little bit of investment it is. I mean, good Lord, I'm you know, get 7% just from the exhaust. Surely I can get another 5 to 6% out. We will have to see. And it's about time for me to be hitting the river. So there'll be a few days where after work I'm not riding the bike, I'll be sitting on the river. Drop the kayak in and take off. My buddies and I are planning a kayak and camping trip. Something we wanted to do last year, but we got struck with the daggum drought. And I don't know if a lot of you people are familiar with the French Broad River, but it gets extremely shallow in places. Right now, with all the rain we've had, it's up. It's way up. But it's really rocky and can get really shallow, which is not a big deal for a kayak, but once you load up your gear and everything else, it can be a pain in the ass to navigate some of the areas. So we're going to take the opportunity with this rain that we've had and the increased level of the river, and we're going to go. I mean, pretty much everyone at the shop kayaks. Everyone has kayaks. Throw those bad boys on our work truck and take off. Good old work traffic. Now see, look how high the river is right now. It is up. Oh, I want to be on it. Usually you can see all the rocks through here, because this is a shallow section, one of them. Just like this. Come around the corner. Traffic was stopped, and now it's moving again. Make sure this guy sees. Well, traffic stopped again. Could have went on, but you know what? I like making sure I have plenty of room. Yeah, don't you pull out in front of me. Parkway, one of my favoriteest places on earth.